There are disturbing developments this morning in the investigation into the Benghazi terrorist attack. Many people want to know, why are the State Department workers who were originally suspended over the botched response now given the okay by John Kerry to come back to work? Are we talking cover-up, or were they just scapegoats in the first place? Victoria Tenzing is a former Deputy Assistant Attorney General under President Reagan's administration. She joins us right now. She represents one of the whistleblowers, Greg Hicks. Good morning to you, Victoria.
Good morning, Steve.
All right, so we were talking about how John Kerry gave them all the high sign, come on back to work, we're going to reassign you, but you did nothing wrong. These people were scapegoats, weren't they?
The four framed employees, I call them, and they were put on administrative leave, if you remember, as a result of the ARB report, the Accountability Review report headed by Tom Pickering and Admiral Mullen. And if you remember, the White House touted it as being unsparing and rigorous. Well, it was neither, Steve. It was a corrupt cover-up to protect Hillary Clinton. And why was it corrupt? Because they were not thorough. There are all kinds of people they didn't interview. They made false statements, and they framed four State Department employees to take the blame away from the higher-ups. They did not interview Hillary. They did not interview her top deputy for security, Pat Kennedy. Now, those are the two people that made the major security decisions. Can I give you an example of the security issue and how the IRB did this?
Right.
Now, it is undisputed that Ambassador Kretz in April of 2012 asked for increased security.
Right.
It's undisputed that Chris Stevens asked for it when he took over in June. My client, Greg Hicks, asked for more security before he left to go over there because of conditions on the ground. And guess what the ARB report says? This is the Pickering cover-up. Tripoli did not ask strongly enough for increased security. But 2 paragraphs later, in order to frame the 4 employees, you know what that same report says? Security was inadequate despite repeated requests from the embassy for increased security.
Sure.
You can't make this up.
And you as well feel, look, this ARB was headed by Mullins and Pickering. They're not investigators. And rather than record the people, they had a note taker. And then, for instance, your client was not allowed to review the secret report. And so and by the way, what is the status of your client, Greg Hicks' employment with the Department of State?
He's still in limbo. The hero of that evening and the person who testified so magnificently in front of the House committee is still sitting in limbo.
Yeah. Somebody who else is sitting in limbo is Pat Smith, the mother of Sean Smith. Here's what she has to say about what's going on there right now.
I still see pictures on that TV of bloody fingerprints on the wall, thinking, are those my sons? People of the United States, Hillary doesn't give a damn about you. What can I do? What can I do on this? I'm just at a loss for words. I want to know what happened, why my son is dead, who ordered that, and I don't want it to happen again to other people.
Victoria, it does seem to many as if the whole report and everything else has been a cover-up for Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and other higher-ups, and that's why they had the scapegoats.
And what does it matter, Steve, huh? What does it matter? Do you remember when Hillary was so adamant in a hearing and said the unsatisfactory leadership is not a cause for people being fired, and I'm really sorry about that, and let's get new legislation to do that? And now these people are being brought back. Let me tell you something. They're being brought back because there was no evidence against them, and Kerry had to deal with the aftermath. What was he going to do? But I can assure you, and nobody's told you what positions they have right now, right? Yeah. Nobody knows. They're not going to be the equivalent of what they had when they were left, but they brought them back in because they couldn't fire them because they didn't have the evidence, hoping that bringing them back will silence them and they will not talk about it.
Somebody who knows more than just about anybody about this topic, Victoria Tenzing, thank you very much.